Alright, hi fundies. This is try at 8.7 and I'm going to go into a little bit more detail explaining it because I feel like this is really the culmination of understanding how transposition works. Remember that concert pitch instruments sound exactly what you'd expect to hear when you see a note written. So they sound whatever note would match up with the piano. When you see a C, it sounds like a C on the piano. When you see a B, it sounds like a B on the piano. Up until this point in music theory, that's all we've ever been dealing with. So to think that there are other options, that another note could be written and it would sound like something different is kind of bizarre. But remember that the reason for this is some instruments have developed over time, the notation for those instruments has changed, and instrument families sometimes would have instruments pitched in different keys to help with either using the same fingering or just because maybe those fingerings or that technology wasn't available at the time. So there are reasons for this, but just it is a little bit to wrap your head around. So in the full video for transposition, I talked about this first example where we're pretending that we're in a band that's playing in the key of E flat major, but we're a trumpet, which is a B flat instrument. The trumpet, when it sees a C, actually sounds a B flat. That's why it's called a B flat instrument. So it plays a C on the horn, it sees a C on the trumpet music, but what you're actually hearing is a B flat. And that's what the sound is on the piano. So we have to find the difference and then transpose. So the difference between B flat to C is a whole step. So a trumpet sounds a whole step down from what it reads. So if we want it to sound an E flat, we have to reverse that and go up a whole step. So a trumpet sees a C, sounds a B flat. If we want it to sound an E flat, it's going to need to see an F. We're gonna have to go up a whole step. So it's being able to go back and forth, up and down by that interval. So up a whole step from E flat is F. A trumpet sees an F and it will sound down a whole step automatically. So we're in band. The band is playing in the key of C. I'm a French horn. My instrument is in the key of F. Horns and F instruments sound down a fifth. So I see a C written on the page and I play the C written on the page, but what comes out of my instrument is actually an F, which is down a fifth from C. So if I sound down a fifth, that means I need to go up a fifth in order for whatever concert pitch to come out of my horn. So if I need a C to come out of my French horn, that means I have to write a fifth above C, which is G. So when a French horn sees G on their page, they finger a G, they play a G, but what actually comes out of their instrument is a C. The band is playing in the key of B flat. I'm an alto saxophone playing in the key of E flat. My instrument is keyed in E flat. When an alto saxophone sees a C, it plays down a major sixth, which is E flat. If you think about it, E flat, F, G, E flat, E flat, C. It checks out. E flat to C is a major sixth. So whatever note I see, it sounds down a major sixth. If I need to play a B flat, that means I need to go up a major sixth. A major sixth up from B flat is G. B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G. There it is. The band is playing in the key of G. I play an A instrument. I'm having a hard time thinking of an A instrument, maybe like an alto flute or something. Either way, instruments in A aren't very common. But let's think about it. So everyone's playing in the key of G, and my instrument is pitched in A. The difference between A and C is a minor third. So if I see a C, I sound an A. That means I'm sounding down a minor third. So in order to sound that G, I need to go up a minor third because whatever I see, I'll sound down from there. So a minor third up from G is B flat. So when we're transposing, when we're playing a transposing instrument and we're trying to figure out how to make a concert pitch happen, how to actually get that note to sound, we have to figure out the difference between where the instrument is pitched and where concert pitch is, whatever C is. And then we apply that difference to whatever note we're trying to use. Usually we have to reverse it. So let's look at that here. We're in concert key, the band is playing in the key of F. I play the French horn. the French horn sounds down a fifth from whatever is written. So if I sound down a fifth, then in order to play this note, I have to read up a fifth. Up a fifth from F is C. This one's also interesting too, because if we're in concert pitch and we're playing in the key of F, that means an F instrument is going to look like it's in the key of C, its home key. And if we were playing in the key of A, an A instrument will look like it's in C. And if we're playing in the key of B flat, a B flat instrument will look like it's in C, because that is the relationship between concert pitch and the key of that instrument. Almost there, guys. The band is playing in C, and I'm a trumpet. I sound down a whole step from what's written. So if I need to play a C, I need to read up a whole step. Because if I'm reading up a whole step, that means I'm sounding down. So a whole step up from C is D. The band is playing in E flat. I'm a French horn. I sound down a fifth. So in order to sound that E, I have to think up a fifth, because whatever I play a fifth above is going to end up sounding an E flat. Up a fifth from E flat is B flat. And finally, the band is playing in the key of C. I'm an alto sax. I sound down a sixth from whatever I read, and I need to sound this C. So what has to be written for me? A major sixth above C. What is that? A. So that's how it works. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. But if you want more practice with transposing, or you just want more information or a little reinforcement, check out these videos. You can check out this practice page, but also the practice page on Google Classroom is very helpful. You can find it under remote learning. It was this one, this week 4-6 of transposition, that gives you a transposition chart and some practice with those videos. But part 2 actually gives you this awesome online transposing quiz where you can try to reach the professional level or even beyond by practicing your transpositions. But essentially what you're doing here is what we were just talking about in this exercise. Thanks, guys.